If I had to start again from scratch today on Fiverr, I wouldn't grind for months like I did before. I've made over $100,000 now, and knowing what I know, I could hit my first 10K way faster. Most freelancers start slow because they make huge mistakes. I know because I did too. But in this video, I'm going to show you step by step how I do it today to go from 0 to 10K fast. Stick around because at the end, I'll also share one secret client messaging trick that almost no freelancers use, but it will skyrocket your responses and conversions. All right, let's go. The first thing I do is build a new client-centric gig strategy. When I first started, I made gigs that were all about me, what I can do, how many years of experience I've been doing, blah, 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 and that was a mistake. Here's what I'd do differently. I'd focus on solving problems, not listing skills. Clients don't care about you, they care about what you can do for them. So I position myself as an expert immediately. Even if I didn't have a huge portfolio, I'd structure my gigs like I already know my stuff. I'd also start offering complete solutions, not just small tasks. Instead of just offering video editing, I'd package it as a full high-converting video ad to charge more from the start. Quick pro tip here, if you need extra help to build a large package like that, I wouldn't hesitate to team up with other freelancers to offer bigger, better, higher value services. If you're starting from scratch, you need to understand this. First impressions matter, and Fiverr's search favors complete, fully optimized profiles. I learned this one the hard way. Here's the mistakes I made. Lazy profile setup. I just didn't put enough effort into my image, my bio, or my FAQ. No gig videos, huge mistake. Fiverr actually prioritizes gigs that have videos over ones that don't. Not filling out every single section. Even FAQs play a small role in search ranking. The more content you have on your profile, the more there is for the search algorithm to find it. So here's what I do now. First up, professional looking profile pic. Even if I didn't have a studio, I'd use natural light and portrait mode on my phone using the front camera for the best image quality. I'd then cut out my picture and put it over a solid color background or a gradient. And if I didn't know how to do this, I'd just get someone on Fiverr to do it for me for a few bucks. I'd have immaculate gig visuals. If you can't design, just use Canva. There is no excuses. Just remember, not too much text on your images. 3 words on a gig image at max. Fully complete everything on your profile. Every blank space on your Fiverr page is a wasted opportunity. Pro tip for this one, your Fiverr profile should look trustworthy and high quality just at a glance. If it looks like an afterthought, yeah, clients are going to move on. Now, pricing is a tricky one because everyone says never undervalue yourself. And while that is absolutely 100% true, on Fiverr, getting initial orders is everything. Here's what I would do a little bit differently. I'd start low, not too low. The goal is to get reviews fast. Then I'm going to raise prices strategically. I'm going to increase prices slowly. Fiverr's algorithm favors sellers who get consistent orders, so I'm going to raise my rates once I have some momentum. I'm also going to have a premium package from day one. Even at a low entry price, I'm going to have a high value upsell to make more per order or per client. Now, a pro tip for this one is that the market is going to tell you what your price ceiling is. Start low and scale up as demand increases. One of the hardest parts at starting is social proof, right? No reviews, no sales. No sales, no reviews. So here's how to break that cycle. I'm going to make 3 or 4 projects myself for my ideal client to showcase my quality and work. I'm going to offer small services to get initial clients. Even if the first few are underpriced, they're social proof fuel. And I'm going to make sure to ask for reviews every time. Now on Fiverr, they have very strict rules. You can't ask for positive reviews, but you can ask for a review. And a really good way of doing this is just to say, hey, here's your order. And when you deliver, make sure you check that the customer is absolutely satisfied with everything that's there. And once they say, yeah, that's great, thank you, just pop on and say, I'm so glad that you're happy with your order. This is framing, by the way. If you could take a couple of seconds to leave a quick review, it would make a huge difference to my business and I'd really appreciate it. That you're allowed to say, and that will help you get a lot of banging reviews. Okay, and here's another pro tip. Even if it's spec work, your future clients don't necessarily know it's spec work. So build a portfolio before expecting orders. This is where 90% of freelancers completely screw it up. You don't just sit around and wait for clients. You need to nurture every conversation. Now here's your game-changing trick, all right? Very simple one, this. At the end of every message, finish it with a question. This makes it so much easier for your client to respond. It reduces that friction if they don't have to think about what to say. Then make sure you're following up professionally. If they don't respond, check in like a day or two later and see how it's going. And of course, straight away, I'm going to make sure that I utilize the 4 gig limit. When you have a new account on Fiverr, you're limited to 4 gigs. I am immediately going to use all of them, and I'm going to use them in different categories to spread out my visibility as much as possible. And something that's super important, Fiverr rewards responsiveness. Always reply fast. Always keep the conversation going. And this is exactly what I'd do if I had to start all over again. And if you follow this strategy, you will be miles ahead of most freelancers. And hey, one last thing to help you, just comment start below. I will send you my battle-tested profile optimization checklist completely free. And of course, if you're a creative freelancer looking to level up and get more clients, make sure you subscribe, hit that like button. You know the drill, it's YouTube. Guys, thanks so much. I'll see you in the next one.